Hey everyone, Pathematics here, and I'm probably going to piss off a good amount of you with what I've got to say today. Special ammo is a problem in Destiny PvP. Now, I'm not trying to conjure up memories of the Rise of Iron special ammo nerf or anything like that. That meta was terrible. But there's a happy medium between what we have now and what we had then. The main culprit is special ammo scavengers. To evaluate this properly, let's take a look back at D1. In D1, we had two ways of running dual special. Both of them required an exotic, No Land Beyond or Universal Remote. They were unique in that they were special ammo weapons designated into the primary weapon slot. However, back in D1, the risks to running this were enormous. While your kill potential was high, it was a punishing loadout for players that might miss their shots. So what's changed from D1 to D2? Well, a few things. In D2, you have endless combinations available to you to achieve the same goal. Do you want to run dual shotguns? Be our guest. Shotgun and sniper? That's a low-key top-tier loadout. Bastion plus grenade launcher? Get ready to get aggro bagged, but go ahead. The driving force behind this is the special ammo scavs, as well as enemy guardians dropping ammo bricks. By creating such a diverse array of weapons in multiple slots, it exacerbates the power creep issue. Players can now double stack ammo scavs and get back 2 to 3 rounds for their one-hit kill special weapons per bullet from downed guardians. By the way, friendly and enemy guardians drop these bricks, increasing the potential chaos. I always recognized this as a bit of an issue, but then Bungie introduced trace rifle scavengers. Now, you may remember that I've been dedicating the last 5 or 6 weeks of my life to mastering the trace rifle. Well, that playstyle always came with some severe ammo economy concerns. I had to be very careful about when and where I was engaging enemies, or I'd be out of ammo before the next encounter could even begin. Now that ammo scavs exist, that concern goes away. This kind of reminds me of the difference between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 8. In Resident Evil 2, ammo conservation was of the utmost importance. You had to navigate areas to minimize danger, and that was crucial to your survival. In Resident Evil 8, you gain bonuses for slaying out and are encouraged to shoot at everything that moves. Is one approach better than the other? Well, that's up for you to decide, really. But the difference is telling. Trace rifles have taken my choice and elevated it from kind of a cheeky off-meta choice to holy how did this ever ship levels. Now that scavs, reserves, and every other mod exist, I can run trace rifle plus another special weapon of my choosing. As an experiment to prove that special ammo scavs are busted, I've decided to be a complete Crucible demon and started running trace rifles plus a grenade launcher in PvP. You'll see in the clips below just how broken the ammo economy is. There have been times where I've had 500 rounds available for my trace and 9 grenades available for my grenade launcher. That's ridiculous. This allows me to team shoot like I've got a primary, but I still benefit from that enormous damage buff to frozen targets. The only downside is that when you start, you only have 25 rounds in the trace rifle and 1 grenade available. Now that we know the problem, I wanted to give some solutions to Bungie on how I think they could fix this issue. To be clear, these changes would only impact the PvP experience. I do not want to take mods away from the PvE community. That is not the goal here. Reduce ammo reserves in each green brick in PvP. Let's say that we fixed this number as a static 1. By doing so, that would prevent an enemy from getting 1 kill on a guardian that hadn't pulled the trigger yet, and suddenly having 5 rounds for their shotgun and 6 rounds for their sniper. Once that ammo economy train gets rolling, it is so difficult to stop. And this would help slow that down a bit. Limit active ammo scavs in PvP. By limiting this would force the player to choose which gun will have the special ammo focus. If they choose to run a second special weapon, they'd be starved for ammo, and they'd have to behave accordingly in order to compensate. Remove special ammo scavenger mods from seasonal artifacts. By removing these from the seasonal artifact, it'll help prevent players from easily double stacking scavengers, which completely breaks open the ammo economy. Reduce available special ammo reserves in PvP. When you combine this ammo overage with how many different ways we have to auto-reload, the uptime for these one-hit kill weapons is entirely too high. Rather than nerfing the auto-reload mechanics, we should fine-tune the available ammo reserves to bring these back in line. Due to how plentiful ammo reserves are for special weapons and how lethal they are, they've kind of overtaken primary weapons and are the new primaries. By reducing the amount of ammo that's available special weapons, we allow them to slide back into their natural role as a way to augment our build. This would help prevent situations where players go entire matches without ever pulling out their primary weapon. As a starting point, I'd like to lock grenade launchers into a maximum of 3 grenades, and then all other special weapons other than trace rifles would not have any ammo in the reserves. Whatever's in your magazine, that's the maximum amount of special ammo that you can carry at any given time. Trace rifles should be able to have 1 additional clip since they effectively act as a fancy primary weapon. In addition to helping balance the ammo economy, this would also bring additional priority to magazine selection for a difference in PvE versus PvP roles. Backup mag as a mod would become more prevalent, and you would just kind of add a little bit of spice to the different loadouts. Introduce PvP specific mods and mod slots. Now that transmog is a thing, what is there to stop the team from either adding a PvP mod slot similar to raid armor slots, or adding a PvP mod slot exclusively to PvP armor with specific PvP mods? This would allow them to assign ammo economy differently per play mode, and could help remove some additional pain points from balancing stasis. By doing this, they would also be able to introduce mods that can increase resilience towards being frozen or slowed, or any number of things. This would also act as a shot in the arm for Iron Banner armor, Trials armor, and maybe even comp if they ever decided what to do with that godforsaken play mode. Sorry about that, I blacked out for a second. What was I saying again? To wrap things up, now I understand that special weapons are supposed to be powerful and we want to get lost in that power fantasy. And I do not want this to go back to D2 year 1 where it was extremely slow TTKs and it was just a miserable experience. It's not what I want. What I want is for there to be a little bit more risk involved in selecting those types. These changes would also go a long way of bringing focus back to the primary weapon engagements versus everything revolving solely around special ammo. There needs to be more balance between pros and cons, and right now that balance is completely skewed. So those are my thoughts. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me, and I will see you next time.